A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this particular video, I'm going to be sharing a very important step that if you take that step, most of your relationships can be a positive one and most of your interactions with other people can be on a lighter note. And you also as a person would feel much happier, much better and more independent. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Friends, the important thing to ask over here is that why are people unhappy in their relationships? Whether people are in marriages, whether people are single, whether people are dating someone or they are engaged to someone, there is a certain expectation that every single person has from another individual. One has to understand that an unhappy person will be unhappy whether they are married, whether they are committed, whether they are single, whether they are engaged. Whatever their situation is, if they are technically in their heart, they have a hole, they have a lacuna, whether they are sent to Paris, they are sent to London, and they are given the most beautiful, amazing, charming person. If that lacuna, that hole is inside their heart, it's not being filled, they will feel unhappy. So one of the best thing that one should do is to understand, and this is like almost very scientific if you get it, if you catch on to it, is to understand that when we go to other people, and I'll take a very simple example of, say you are getting bored, okay? You're sitting at home, you're getting bored, you're feeling lonely. What is the next step that people take in these situations? The next step they take is they do some kind of activity or they involve in some kind of activity which involves social interaction. Because that social interaction makes them feel a little less lonely and left out. For example, if somebody is unhappy in a relationship, they would say, okay, let me go out to a club, to a nightclub, or to some movie, or maybe meet some other friends, go to a bar, do something so that I don't feel this unhappiness or this sadness that I am feeling in my relationship. What they fail to do is, they fail to look within themselves, what is the reason of this unhappiness. From the very beginning, the relationships that people form with other people are based on the principle of give and take. You give me this and I will give you this. You take this from me and I will take this from you, So it's a give and take. It's not pure unconditional love which comes naturally, because if you are naturally in love with someone, then you will not have to do any of these discussions or talks, or any sort of anxiety will not touch you, because you are having an unconditional approach towards another person. So when people enter something, they come with the baggage of loneliness and boredom and pain and sadness. From a personal experience, I can say this, that when I was deep into the materialistic world and I was living in the limbo reality, at that point in time, most of my friends and interactions were similar. When I started focusing on my spiritual ascension and when I started taking my own inner state more seriously and how I feel on a daily basis more seriously and taking responsibility for it, I started attracting a lot of people who are like me. A lot of my friends care about ascension. A lot of my friends are deeply committed to mission work. A lot of my friends, from the worldly perspective, they could be quite eligible for a relationship or for a marriage engagement. Maybe they are very good looking also. If they are watching, they can take it as a compliment. They are educated, they are nice, they are smart, and most importantly, they are spiritual. But nobody is making a hasty decision, or nobody is doing something because they want to kill their loneliness. In fact, as friends, even we discuss this, that what do you do when you feel lonely, or what do you do when you feel sad? What do you do if you fall sick and you live alone by yourself? How do you handle these type of situations? Because everybody is having a common experience of being by themselves, living in solitude, enjoying what they do, loving what they do, being responsible, being mission oriented, being a volunteer, being a contributor, and most importantly, being someone who does inner work every day. Whether you do it with closed eyes or you do it with open eyes, whatever your technique is, what's more important is to be integrated with source at all times. This is what everybody is doing, right? So when these type of people form relationships with another person, they take responsibility when they are feeling lonely, sad, upset, bored, things are not working out in their favor. They will not go and tell the other person that my life is miserable because of you. or something is happening in my life, something horrible is happening in my life, or I am crying or I am depressed and it's all because of you. So instead of exploring the reason behind their sadness, their depression, their anxiety, their mental issues, their financial problems, or any such thing, say even family problems, because I have noticed, especially in twin flame journey, a lot of people with narcissism running in their family, when they come into a relationship, when they enter a relationship, they carry a lot of that baggage coming from the family, the likes and dislikes of the family. But at the same time, if you come from a family where everybody is focused into inner work, where everybody is a responsible person, then these things will not happen to you, like, trying to blame other people for their problems, trying to tell other people that you are doing this or you are doing that and that's why I'm unhappy. A person who's lonely within, a person who's heartbroken within, a person who's sad within, whether they stay inside their own house or whether they go out to meet some people, they will still carry the loneliness, the frustration, the pain, the sadness wherever they go. For some time, it will look nice because maybe it's a change of environment, maybe 10-15 minutes, okay, they had to get up, they had to just dress up or go to a place. All of that is there. But when they have to start interacting once again with other people, same problems will crop up. So the best thing to do is that whenever you're feeling lonely, sad, unhappy, doubtful, don't go out and seek other people's social validation or other people's company. Rather, do something that you love. For example, you're feeling lonely, take a bicycle or take a rickshaw or take whatever, an Uber, go to a park. Sit there all alone and just observe other people around you. And you will realize that most people who are with each other, or they are together, or they are in a group or in a family, if they are happy, you can see that everybody is like that. If you see two couples fighting or a family sitting at a picnic spot but they are unhappy, they are quarreling, you know that the problem is in the core of these people. The biggest mistake that most people make is that they are looking for something outside, but actually the love, the companionship, the warmth, the comfort, everything is right here inside of you. And people who find unconditional love outside usually are the people who have found unconditional love within themselves. And the thing about unconditional love or true love is that once you start figuring it out, once you start seeing it inside of you, you will not look for it. And that will save so much energy, time for you. You will be happy no matter what situation you are in, no matter how much money you earn. You will be grateful for every single day of your life because you know that life is full of challenges. This is why we came here on this planet. The other day, a friend of mine told me that actually we are just here to entertain God and God simply watches us for his or her entertainment. And I kind of disagreed with it because at that time I was like, no, God can't be that selfish, that he would create this whole planet, this universe, and then, just watch us in pain or enjoy or just look at us like a movie, like how we watch movies and TV shows. What I actually felt at that point in time was, but then I was thinking about another angle to this. Maybe what God is actually doing is making us understand or making us teach how to watch everything like it's only entertainment. It's just a show. My master used to say this, that when you live your life, when something happens in front of you, look at it like it's a tamasha. Tamasha, you can Google, all of you, you'll know what's the meaning of this word tamasha. Everything is tamasha. Even in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is very clearly written that all of the things that you see outside of you is actually illusion. It's an illusionary world. We get so stressed out, we get so bugged, we get so pissed off sometimes because of a lot of things don't happen our way. And the interesting part about this particular dynamic is that if you start watching everything like a show, if you become an objective observer of your reality, so many times you will be shocked to see that a lot of things will happen unplanned and you would be 100% participant into it. Which means that if there is a situation which requires you to take an action, without even you knowing, you would have already taken the action. You could be a very peaceful person sitting under the tree, looking at the clouds, watching the birds. You have no intention of getting into a heated argument or getting into a chat or any verbal thing with anyone. And this, my dear friends, I'm talking about people who are doing inner work and they're completely focused on inner work, because such type of people usually like to enjoy their own company and they're pretty chilled out, right? However, you are sitting under the tree and something happens, there's some situation happens. At that point in time, inside your soul, inside your heart, certain vibrations are created, certain sensations are created after looking at the whole situation. You might have this deep desire of getting up and taking an action, and it may not even be a desire, it would be something natural, something which is happening on its own. You get up, you take the action, you do everything, and then you come back and you want to sit under the tree and look at the clouds. So think about it, even your own life becomes very unpredictable on a daily basis. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. You live every day like it's a new day, like it's a new chapter of your life. And then you have that curiosity, you develop the childlike curiosity and the childlike quality in you, because children are also like that. Every day when they wake up from the bed, they don't have any agendas, they don't have any such goals. It's we humans, it is the system of human beings that forces children to get out of their childlike innocence and act like adults and take the load of the whole world. And similar are the people who are ascensioners, people who are doing serious inner work. Even they don't carry any baggage. Tomorrow how will I live, day after tomorrow how will I live. If today they are happy, they are sorted and they are relaxed. So when anyone becomes like this childlike person, anyone becomes serious in their inner work, a true hardcore ascensioner, an actual natural volunteer. So there's something called, you volunteering by purpose, and there is second thing which you are naturally volunteering, you are naturally contributing and you don't even get to know. If somebody questions you and somebody tries to tell you, hey, why are you doing this or why are you doing that, you will simply say, I don't know. It's in my nature to be like this. It's in our nature to love, similarly. So when such people, they enter any type of interaction, conversation, relationship dynamic, they don't carry the loneliness or the burdens or unhappiness or toxicity. Rather, wherever they go, they carry their love. And if people don't like that love, they will walk out without any drama or any nuisance. They'll not react like, oh, you don't want my love, what's wrong with you, something is wrong with you. They will just say, this person is not ready for the love. And so what? So what? Maybe God sent me here to just understand something. And even in the twin flame relationships, the runner and the chaser both, they enter karmic relationships, and they keep entering karmic relationships till they realize that these karmic relationships also cannot make me happy. Only I can make myself happy. And that's why a lot of them also gravitate towards their past lovers or some other very warm relationship they had with someone, some really protective and nice loving relationship they had with someone. They go back to those people because they feel that, any which way challenges are going to come, any which way difficulties are going to come, life is not going to be a bed of roses. So I might as well be with someone who is worth taking all of this trouble. So my dear friends, I had written a note on this topic and I would like to read it out for you all so that I don't miss out on anything. And I know that people who are very deep in their journey and they have tried everything, believe it or not, they have tried everything from backpacking trips to hitchhiking to going to parties to joining some kind of social groups to becoming a person who's in a lot of WhatsApp groups so that they can be in touch with people, and even trying to help other people, trying to take care of other people, being a part of many missions and causes. One fine day they realize that the natural mission happens on its own, because it's just like becoming a fruit tree or an orange tree or an apple tree. Because these trees not only give shade to people, but they also give fruits to people. They give nutrition and nourishment to a lot of animals, birds. They are the shelter givers, and most importantly, they are giving oxygen to this planet, which is the most important requirement. Without oxygen, we won't live. But is the tree doing it on purpose, or is the tree thinking about it, planning about it? No, it is naturally happening. So the tree is doing its inner work, and naturally it's also volunteering and contributing for the planet. And due to this, another interesting thing happens, that a person is completely present in their reality, and because they are present in their reality, they experience life moment by moment, minute by minute. Everything happens, everything is in a flux, everything is also temporary, but certain truths remain eternal. So we are all, if we all just be who we are, then everything will be taken care of and we will not be in a hurry. Believe it or not, there are some people on this planet, even on this channel, in this community, who are in a big hurry to either settle down with someone or find someone or be with someone, because by doing that they can prove it to other people that I am a good person, or I have done certain type of inner work, or I have achieved somewhere or gone somewhere. That's because a lot of false coaches and teachers are giving this story to other people, that you cannot be happy doing your own thing. But for even them to be able to share this truth with other people, they also need to go through the pain, and they also need to understand that certain things are illusionary and they are very deceptive, because ego also is very clever. Ego also knows how to play tricks with people's minds, especially when they are in the ascension journey, because so many things boost the ego of a person. And with the people who are on the ascension journey, they have a bigger problem, because now these people will kill the ego completely and they will be connected to source, and then the ego will be gone, and then this one person will be capable, so capable that it can teach so many other people to kill their ego and be like them. So I'll read the note for you now. Hashtag Sunamoon speaks. The reason why most people have unhappy relationships or interactions with other people is because they form connections only to kill their loneliness and boredom. So that's basically a reason they have for doing this. From the very beginning, they enter codependent setups with other people where they practice give and take. People who are emotionally unstable cannot do something else that they love when they get bored or sad or lonely, because they don't even know literally what they love. They have no idea. And that's why many a times during the inner work journey, I also tell people to figure out what they love. Because if they connect with what they love, or if they start doing what they love, then automatically that point, that connection, that spark of love will ignite on its own. And once the spark is ignited, then it can create the whole fire. Instead of exploring the reason behind their boredom or sadness or pain, they spend time with other people in the hopes that it will eventually make them happy. But in doing so, they still carry the loneliness and frustrations of their own life. They pretend to be happy for some time, or they feel or they think that they are probably happy. They assume that they are happy, but because deep inside they are still lonely and codependent, their interactions eventually become ugly and disrespectful. When the respect is gone, they question why in the first place they even formed the connection, and then they start looking for some more people or a new crowd to jump in. Because of this, the problem continues to persist like a never-ending loop. Let me explain this part. So some people, they say, okay, I'm not happy with this person, but I'm not going to leave this person. I'd rather go out and meet some other people, meet some new people who have certain likes and dislikes like mine. They have same taste, similar taste. I will hang out with those people and I will become happy again. But that does not happen, because everybody carries their own problems and situations. No matter how nice and attractive they look from outside, deep inside everybody is having the same core issue. Only those who have done inner work, and only those who have experienced life from the stage of duality to singularity, these are the people who will be independently happy. In fact, even these type of people, they feel pulled down by other people's expectations and other people's frustrations unnecessary. They put it on other people, thinking that now this person depends on me. Many a times they misunderstand the love and the affection as codependency. They feel that this person cannot survive without me, this person needs me, this person is never going to leave me, this person will stay with me. They start humiliating and disrespecting the same people who give them love, affection and attention, and even good advice like a true well-wisher. So sometimes it's also like a good sort of testing situation. If you are an ascensioner, if you're doing inner work and you make good friends, you make new friends, or you make friends with certain people you've known for a bit of more time, and after spending that time it suddenly starts getting dirty or disrespectful or mean or spiteful, then you need to understand that it's also your test to know whether you can live without these type of people or not. And I'm sure that you can, because you have in the past also. You can break the loop and you can get out of this karmic cycle, and you can step out of the limbo and live in your natural state, where you would soon get connected with your avatar self, your avatar self. You will be integrated with source, because people who get integrated with source, it takes some amount of time for that integration to become stronger and more thicker. And once it becomes stronger and thicker, you don't even have to make much effort. Everything starts happening on its own. If you compare your old self to your new self, you are far more independent. Do share your story with other people so that you can inspire them as well. I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.